there like the possibility of doing something like that to get like miniature pets?
You never know what might show up. I'm not promising miniature pets by any means. Don't take that as what I said.
I want a baby red tail.
We do have an idea to tie that system into a different system.
Halloween capes.
Will we get to do something with the slimy green Charmanders?
What's that?
The slimy green Charmanders in the desert. Will we get something to do with them? If we get in that quest.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know, slimy green Charmanders named Squirtle.
That's so funny because that's the
Oh,
first thing I told Elijah to make for that netgun game. I'm like, you have to make the lizard. Everybody wants the lizard. So I would not be surprised if you see a lizard show up somewhere for the netgun game. So
I mean, the guy just randomly appeared in the desert one day and nobody knew what was going on with them.
That was Elijah's doing. He made him for me, so I started placing them everywhere. But yeah, I mean, we have. I mean, I can't wait for the first beta test just so you guys get in, everybody can get in and see the new art and stuff, and just see how much crisper and it seems like we knew what we were doing. You know, instead of just me building the levels, we have some professional 3D building the levels and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
It makes a big difference. So I'm really excited for everybody to be able to see that part of it.
Oh, I did have a question about in the footage you had of the testing for everybody. The characters were different heights. Did you put that thing in there so that it adjusts to your actual height?
No.
Or is it going to be normalized again?
It was. Well, I'm guessing. I don't know what video you're talking about, but I'm guessing Daynab was sitting. If I was guessing, man.
All right, that might have been it.
That would be my guess, but I don't know. I could be telling you wrong because that's all on the programming side. That's all Riley, Kyle, and then our future new programmer, which if anybody's a programmer here should definitely apply.
I was joking with my dad about it. He seemed interested.
I just noticed you were playing a mage in it, and you were like super tall compared to other people.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I mean,
like 6'4" ranger over here.
Yeah, I'm
6'4".
6 foot.
I'll be able to shoot over everybody.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, you have the customization now where if you want to have big old broad shoulders as a warrior, or a big waist, or a fat head, or a skinny head, or a big jaw, or fat cheeks, you know, you can do whatever you want to now. So.
Heck yeah.
It's really cool too because the way the armor shapes to it. Yeah, the way the armor shapes to it.
Pretty interesting to see. So smaller shapes.
No, yeah. We're doing some shape keys, stuff like that, and Elijah came up with the ideas to start doing that stuff to where, you know, so now if you pick your size of your body and everything and the shape you want to be, then you actually express that while you have armor on. So, you know, you'd see people walking down the road now that you can pick them out not only by the gear they're wearing, but more by their body shape, their head, their hair color, you know, the eyes. You know, we're going to have stuff like possibly like maybe scars or tattoos or something. I don't know yet. We're not sure, but
heck yeah.
on the face maybe.
You can't actually sort of like get an actual feel for it by passing the controls against you. That'd be interesting.
Yeah. There's when we were at Oculus Connect, there was some pretty cool stuff I got to try out with the haptics and stuff people were showing off, but we're not quite there yet. It was a pretty big glove, but it was pretty cool to feel nonetheless.
Remember the old what was it? The ones that use light tracking. Basically, you'd move your fingers and it would just cover some of the sensors for it.
Yeah, your leap motion, is that what you're talking about?
No, I think it was back when they did the Nintendo Power Book. From that sort of era of random things.
Oh, cool.
I remember reading up something like that when they started doing VR for that sort of thing.
Can I say something? Sweaty pancake.
So how close are we to Orbis Art Online?
We're still a little ways off. Believe me, if we can do it, we put all you in there, but we can't.
We have the haptics happening, so come on, where's the rest?
There's comes next. Once you get the haptics, then you get the chloroform.
Hey, Outlander, is there any chance that these bosses actually drop something, or is it just round?
No, they'll drop gear, but yeah, it's not gonna drop the world boss rings or anything like that, or capes or anything. It'll drop gear, but it won't drop any good gear. It's gonna drop the same stuff that Defend the Realm stuff drops.
Oh man, it would've been sweet to get some like special Halloween stuff or something.
Right?
Yeah, I want my pumpkin head.
Not this time.
That's cool.
Well, can we at least get some bagels and some toast and some cream cheese?
I see everyone's I see everyone's cruising towards the Defend the Realm goal of World Boss Devran, so that's pretty exciting. You guys are
We're trying
smashing
to.
it.
I should just.
No,
That, that was my question for
make it.
Daynab. Yeah, it looks we're not gonna make it by the current like waypoints. Like it doesn't look like everybody is really going for it, and anybody that starts after this week won't even be able to get it if they do it at 2,000 points a week.
Yeah, we've talked about that internally. We might be doing something here coming up in a couple weeks to kind of help out with that, but
like some sort of let us overclock.
Yeah, something like. But I mean, obviously, have to make sure that's what we want to do and everything like that. Make sure how we're going to do it. But yeah, we have thought about that and we have talked about internally. We just haven't come to a decision yet.
Yeah, I just thought we're doing the bar fight event next week, aren't we? I was hosting that. Has anyone got any idea of what they want for a Halloween event? Because I could plan on putting something like the the Hunter event that we had someone post on the forums. So I've got enough stuff that I could put as rewards. Yeah, someone was saying on the forums about them wanting to do like a desert sort of hunt down event, and I was saying that we could probably work out that.
Crazy.
Rockabella, on doing the
LK, what's up, Alex?
Starfight Brawler.
Snazer?
That's going to happen next week, which could be interesting.
Sir Andrew, Nullby, Rory, Shicky. Hey, what's up, Shicky? Sparky too. Just get a lot of hand waves, a lot of Discord talking going on. I'm guessing. I'm getting a lot of hand waves. Yeah, what's up, Sweaty?
So was Gold Rush like a one-time thing? Like, is there never going to be another chance to get that cave?
Yeah. That was just a one-time thing we did with Oculus.
Oh, that's so sad. I joined like a week after that started. I didn't have my PC finished
no, there would
yet.
be never.
Oh shit, I'm lagging out.
No, if we did do another Gold Rush event, it'd be a different cave.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm sad.
That one's gone.
Yeah, I think I deleted the character because I didn't like the way I made it look.
Yeah, but will we get more events like that where we get items just for logging of specific times to help out and stuff?
No, we that's definitely the community wants more of those things. That's definitely stuff that we can do. I mean, any ideas any ideas anyone has like that, definitely Matthew's an open book. You can start writing on the pages, start throwing ideas at them because we're always looking for
Halloween themed things.
There he is right there.
All the holiday themed things.
I did something kind of special for the Defend the Realm to try tying it into Halloween. It's not anything super epic, but it's at least semi-themed. So.
I mean, you could do like Christmas hats. You could do like pumpkin hats. Do
and we
a turkey cloak that makes you look like you got like.
There's actually so the writer has actually come up with, and we've had for a long time. We've just never had a chance to implement this. Has come up with the festivals that are part of the world of Orbis. Instead of taking the outside festivals, we have a whole calendar of things that happen inside Orbis Comp and stuff like that. They're big events and they're big, and that's something that we want to do. Like, start trying to do once we launch into Reborn, is start trying to do events like that with the community, where it's instead of it being like the Christmas or the Halloween, it's the Orbis, the Orbis holidays, because everybody's busy around the normal holidays. Everybody's busy Christmas and Thanksgiving, but maybe if it's just a random Friday or a random Saturday, it might be easy. Something like this, it might be a lot easier to get a big group going.
For sure.
Saturday's the alphabet drunk raid run.
The drunk raid run.
I mean, most of us are pretty drunk right now.
That's good.
What is the pet chance?
2 a.m. right now, still drinking.
That seems like a good Saturday. It seems like
it is. It's hella fun. I got my second normal mode pet today.
So yeah, those. What are the chances of like the raid pets?
I don't know.
There's not a calculation. Is it 1%?
Yeah,
there's a Riley calculation. It's not a me calculation.
Yeah.
And any of the specific percentages or the power levels or anything you want to know about that, it's definitely a Riley question.
Gotcha.
So Riley doesn't come and talk to us.
The actual question is, how do we convince him to up the drop rate?
That's not true. Riley doesn't come in game because he's busy beating on the keyboard. I talked to him yesterday. He was up till 2 a.m. yesterday working on the game. So yeah, he's I would never doubt
enjoy himself with it.
Yeah, his determination to get the game the game out in time, everything we promised. Yeah, so he tries. I mean, you'd be surprised how many hours he logs. He just doesn't get to see one when he does it. It's all on his own little dev server by himself.
Yeah.
It's a lot more lonely. I get to come in game and be around all the people. He has to sit and be lonely all the time. So.
It's awesome seeing you and Daynab there. Like,
don't feel bad for him. He's all right. Believe me, he's hard at it. He's used to it.
Right. He also posts on the forum.
Inverse, I like to think that he can set his level at anything and just do world boss himself.
Right?
He just sits there with a little bow and arrow having fun.
Sorry, 1 second.
So, my next question is the level 30 freaking mobs in the wilds. Does killing them have the chance to drop 30 gear?
Wait, that's level 30 in the wilds?
Wait, what level?
We killed a couple of
the
them.
guards are level 30. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Oh.
they won't drop anything.
That's serious.
Guards won't drop anything. No.
Dang.
Because we knew people would go out there and try killing them and get level 30 gear. No drop.
You mean people.
I
Killing
got a
people is supposed to be
question,
defending you.
Yeah.
Okay, so when Reborn happens, what happens to all this raid gear that we've been collecting? Like,
It becomes.
It'll stay with you. You mean like as far as the stats or as far
yeah,
as the
the
look
stats.
or what do you
Like,
mean?
are the stats gonna be like what's happening with the
Well, they're
stats?
increasing the
Similar
level
to
limit.
Destiny, where basically
Yeah.
we get to keep the gear,
Yeah,
but new
yeah,
gear's
yeah.
better.
But are we gonna like
Yeah,
have
yeah.
that little advantage for the first level for like level 20 to 21?
Yeah, I mean, but it'll be, level 20 raid gear, and the new levels will be level 30. And there's going to be a lot less of a level, I guess, grind here. Like the way we're doing it now, it should ramp up everything a little bit faster. It's not, I mean, obviously the game is still going to be the same thing game, and probably a little better, but hopefully, so like 20 to 30 is going to be a 60-hour slog. So it will still be there, but it's probably not going to do very much good for very long, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Is it still going to be as much of a gear grind at the end, or?
No, we've actually been talking a lot about the gear and the way we want to do it and the way we want to do drops and everything like that. And like I said, I'll let Riley do the blog post so it gets all the questions answered all at once. But we are going to do some things differently when it comes to gear, so that way we can get more people on more gear, stuff like that. So.
I have a question. Are the spells going to stay the same shape, or are they going to change? Because it looked like in that.
What's that?
The preview, the spell shapes, you know, like how you draw them. Are they going to?
Oh yeah, they're going to stay the same. Yeah, they'll stay the same. No, yeah, we won't want you guys to forget the thousands of hours of spell hand.
Do you
muscle
think
memory?
you might be adding more spells?
We do have some time slot to rework a lot of the existing classes, so I don't know if that's going to involve adding more spells or if that's going to add more abilities or what that's going to do.
Are you gonna make rangers better?
Which dev made the RNG in this algorithm in this game?
Probably like that.
Riley.
Is it I who cut out?
Everybody get quiet.
Did everybody die? I still hear you, Rory. I don't hear anyone else.
I still hear Rickness and Rory. I don't hear Outlander.
Crap, I can't actually.
I see his voice symbol up.
Yeah, I don't hear him either.
No. Outlander, you
I
broke.
think I've crashed.
Outlander, we can't hear you.
My audio crashed.
You need to stop talking for a second, Outlander.
You need to log out and relog in or something.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I can
I
hear
can
you.
hear you, Rory.
I can't hear him. Alright, I'm gonna
I can't
relog.
hear Shiki. I see Shiki kind of coming up a little bit. I don't hear him.
We're going back.
He's logging back
Oh,
out.
I can hear you. I hear
He's
somebody.
logging in.
Is my audio back yet?
I can hear you, Rory.
I'm lagging.
People talking?
We've been moving and so the lag.
I can hear
No,
Spark.
it's
Yeah.
Banner.
You just completely cut out during that.
I can hear.
I think people thought it would drop stuff.
At least started switching.
I can hear
around and then all
Daynab,
of
I
a
can't
sudden
hear
nothing.
Outlander.
Yeah, I can hear Daynab.
Okay, I can hear him. I can hear him again.
Okay, I can hear
Okay,
Atropos.
Daynab, you're gonna have to
The
like...
question was about adding new spells.
Can't hear
I
him.
don't want to have to reload, but I'm gonna have to, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to reload. I can hear Outlander again.
So
I mean, right now the programmers are mainly spending all their time getting the new classes prototyped and getting the and stuff, and then go at the end and hit the classes, existing classes.
Do you know when
So definitely
the dev post is going to be, or approximately when it might be, for the announcement of what those classes will entail?
You mean the future classes or the existing classes? Well, I mean, we've already announced the bard and the shaman.
Thank you.
The other after these next, probably this beta test and probably the next beta test, we'll probably announce it. But I don't think that because Riley has a mind of his own. So sometimes he wakes up in the morning and decides to. Yeah, sometimes he wakes up in the morning and decides to spill everything.
Out of asking, is there any is there going to be any planned resets for like leaderboard and stuff?
Yeah.
Will those all stay the same?
No, I don't. I don't know. I really,
the
I know that we're gonna have.
They said on the forums that they are going to be reset.
He's just going to keep a log of what they were previously, and
Yeah,
that's going to be available.
that's it.
But they're going to reset it.
Okay, so everyone's going to be back at 0 then, yeah?
Is there going to be any
Sounds like it,
heals? Like, can we actually see how much we heal for?
You mean the healing numbers?
Healing values.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I'm sure we're gonna introduce that when we introduce the damage numbers. So.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, damage numbers, nice.
Wait. I'm not promising anything. I know Riley has talked about the damage numbers, so I'm not promising anything.
I don't remember Riley's answers, but in Reborn, will you be able to see enemy projectiles like the way you can see our arrows?
Yeah, I mean, because that's the new monster AI is actually something we're spending quite a bit of time on. We have slated for quite a bit of work because we want them to actually be a lot more engaging than you staying and deal each other down, DPS each other down. So yeah, you will be able to see some projectiles because you're going to be responsible for dodging some, and they're going to try dodging your projectiles, and they might have shields you might have to break.
Does that mean that we might be changing the way that the projectiles are working? Because right now, certain spells and abilities are basically auto hit no matter what.
Yeah, with the monsters. Yeah, all that's reworked.
Well, even with some of the mage stuff. So if you cast a Frost 2 at somebody, and they dodge to the left or right,
can anyone hear me?
Basically, no matter what.
Well, the Frost 2 has
behind. Right.
Yeah, well, the Frost 2 has a small AOE too, though.
Yeah, you can find.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know it had a small AoE.
Didn't know it had a small AoE either.
That's news to me.
Yeah.
It's news to not much of us.
Can we get a Mana Shield 2 where there's
I'm
like
90% sure. I'm also not the programmer here, but I'm like 90% sure.
Okay.
I mean,
so
it's got like.
Go ahead.
It's got like the splash on the visual effect, but.
Yeah, it's not like, and granted, I guess I don't want to stick my foot in the mouth because I wasn't the one that code or did everything with the spells, but I'm pretty sure the way it's not like an arrow like you're thinking of where it's a point damage. I'm pretty sure it has a small splash damage too, like a small arrow AoE area. Because
you're saying that the ball itself takes up a larger volume than an arrow does, not that the actual damage splashes across multiple enemies.
No, it doesn't splash across multiple. I guess when I meant AoE is I meant like the area it impacts is larger than like an arrow. It's not just a small dot in the middle of the frostful image is where it does damage across like a larger area. If you dodge left,
will we get more AoEs? Will we get more AoE arrows?
I don't know. I don't know about any of the classes. I'll just explain. I'm not sure. I know we are reworking the classes, but I'm not sure how we're reworking them or what we're doing.
Please make Rangers not sick.
We've only got one arrow. Actually, just AoE that's useful.
Yeah.
It's fun,
it's useless.
Oh yeah, the cooldown needs to be lowered to about 7 or 10.
You talking about for fire arrow?
It's pretty fun to use. Yeah, fire arrow. It's the only AoE.
Yeah, it's also basically
I very, very rarely use fire arrow.
Yeah, the damage is like not there for that to even make it worth using.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely all good points that you guys could definitely start a riveting forum discussion about. That would be my place to send all of that, because that's the stuff we read.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we did previously, like a few times.
No, yeah. I mean, we read everything. Let me just put it that way. If you would go look at my forum history, I think I probably have a lot of posts read. Even everything from a fellowship post on down, I read, even if we don't ever respond to it. But I read almost everything on the forums.
We just got a random enemy decide to walk across the bus.
He was
just
just
some
me, and I
enjoying
ran all the
himself.
way over here.
He's enjoying himself.
Let me check. I might have to jump back to the other shard.
No, forget those guys. We're the best.
Try and get them to
So,
jump to this
quick
shard.
question about one more question about raid
here,
stuff.
and half of us are doing the bot.
The dram amount from raids. Killing boss 4 gives 70 dram when it takes like 30 minutes at least to kill him.
Yeah,
Why?
I mean,
Yeah.
one thing we're
made that
doing,
number?
one thing we're redoing in Reborn is, having like an actual end to dungeons instead of just like you kill chiefs and then everybody's like, all right, hit graveyard, let's go back out the front entrance. So having like actual dungeon ending, having portals open to take you home, that kind of stuff. So I guess that doesn't exactly answer your dram question, but it's something.
The dungeons. Was
you
there ever
guys going
supposed to
to
be a
be-
reason behind that green crystal at the start of the Midlands dungeon? Or at the end of
The
the Midlands
Mayo?
one?
Mayo Sanctum,
Yeah,
the
the
crystal
Mayo.
at the end?
Yeah,
Mayo
it's got like a
sandwich?
crystal with a healing pool next to it, and there's never really any answer as to why that was there.
Do you have an answer?
Because it lets
Whoa, what's happening?
Don't worry, you've got an entire army here to help you.
show us those skills, Outlander.
I think it's lagging too much.
Just hit them before they end up appearing there. Get a good arm for it, and you can spam it.
Are they carrying all the seeds back to high step?
We're here to save you. Jesus. That poor guy. Who is that? Ender Piper? Where you at, Pen Piper? Where's Pen Piper at?
Oh, shut up.
Kill the sea pods.
Windows.
Shoot them. Shoot them down.
Come back, Outlander.
Oh no, there he is. I found him.
What'd you say?
Have you tried to lead a world boss
Hey.
raid yet?
Not go away.
'Cause there's a lot of fun when you do that.
Have I tried to what?
As in
I can't hear
leading
you.
one of the world boss raids, as in getting
over here,
excited
bro. Come
group and
back.
actually running through like that.
Oh, the world boss? You talking the
Yeah, so
one
like
in...
Elongata, you ever tried to sort of like gather up
Goodness, you
for
see this
groups
arcane area
on sort of this
going
sort of
on.
thing and actually gone and sort of done it as a dev sort of thing?
I mean, we've done it in interior with the devs, but we didn't do it with the community as like just 10 people.
Yeah.
That's what you're asking.
And that's actually another percentage question I have, but you said you wouldn't be able to answer percentage questions because I hosted World Boss 3, which is like the first time it's been done in a while. We did it
Yeah.
like 12 times. I got 1 cape. Some people got 7 capes. I don't know what the drop rate that is.
It sounds
That's
like
so
you're unlucky. It
insane.
sounds like I'm gonna take a step back because you're unlucky. I don't want that bad karma on me.
Right.
No.
Can
Yeah,
you
they
like
can rub
talk to
that
the
down.
RNG
And that
item
brings
drop
me
dev
onto the
and, like,
question
tell them
about
that
raids.
that's shenanigans.
Yeah.
I need you to like go walk up to that dev's desk and shake him and just say why.
Yeah. I mean, we're all remote. It'd be hard to shake some of the devs'
That's
desks.
true.
Some of them are quite a ways away from me.
Oh my gosh! Like
What
it's
about
just,
raid
the
loot,
RNG
though?
in
Because
this game for me is insane.
I've had 2 expert mode legendaries, 2 hard mode legendaries, and then 3 normal mode legendaries. And then there's Hosk, who's only had 2 drops ever in raids.
Yeah, that's what I was bringing up.
And we're both using luck rings and luck potions and stuff like that. But
Oh yeah,
you
you're
know.
getting that's definitely a rally question to hit him up on the forums. That's not
Yeah,
me.
he's posted on the forums.
he did post
like,
it. I commented on that as well.
And Draven
Okay,
put up
yeah.
a lot of numbers from what he's done with his research.
Yeah, that would be. I have no answers upon that. I couldn't tell
Okay,
you.
okay.
Yeah, that's definitely outside my wheelhouse there.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Yeah.
That's
That's why I was trying to bring it to luck.
Anyone
earlier.
here sweaty?
Yeah, I'm gonna go over here and make sure nobody else is dying to sea pods horribly. I think I could do that though.
Anyone who's sweaty
Whoever
is
that was
sweaty.
just getting hammered by the sea pods.
No.
I mean,
You
you
to
could
run
count
all the
the
way
food
inside
like
liquid
high
in.
step until everybody
It's
in
good
the
to see the
high
devs
step,
actually
that
help the community as well survive in the game.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I was saying. I want to see if the dev can smite this thing.
There you go, you get a chance of leading your community in a raid.
Right, Outlander,
I'm
you
just a
gotta
level
solo the
22.
boss. Solo the boss, Outlander. It's all up to you now.
I know
Show
you're
us
high
how
level.
it's done.
Shooting
Yeah,
you.
oh, shit.
Level
Yes, all
30
killed.
Thanks, please. Go ahead.
Yes, all killed, yeah.
Sweaty! Go Sweaty!
Yeah.
We're doomed.
I thought it'd be a good
You. No.
No! Are you fucking kidding me? Every time! Right at the end of this fucking thing, I die.
It's kind of soft.
Somebody's very unlucky.
Why are we doing this?
Where's Outlander?
Dude, that's a poor man millionaire right there. Yeah.
Oh, sick! Look at these rings.
Yeah, right.
Should all go to the other world bosses.
I think we did.
I can't.
So am I
get
just
my
running
grave.
around as a ghost for everyone at the moment?
If you're
can't pick up my grave.
You know it, clap your hands.
Where is he?
Where is
Where's
he?
Rogue gone? Where are you? Where are you?
He's on.
Where's Outlander? Where is he? Oh, Daynab.
Okay. Yeah, I was like afraid of stepping into my wall, even though there was no walls anywhere.
Yeah, I still in one place.
Because I'm used to, yeah, I was used to doing that. So.
Yeah.
But it was nice. Like it felt good. So. Hoping it'll be a great
Do you think
way to play.
when do you reckon you're gonna get like your Oculus Quest dev kit sort of thing?
I think that's not something we'd be able to answer either way.
Oh, come on! Give me
I'm pretty sure that subject is like NDA and everything. So.
Oh man.
Pretty sure. Yep. Sorry.
Okay, let's.
God damn it! I want
let's-
my
I
Oculus
was keeping the
Quest.
devs, so no matter which
When
one
do
it
you
is.
think you might be able to get it working on that? Does that work?
No, that's still the same question.
It's not. It's different.
Nope. That's
Oh man.
Sorry.
Okay.
All I'll
Fair
say is
enough.
that, like Robert and Riley said, we want to be as many places as possible, and if we can,
Yeah, for sure.
we can. We just don't know. Like at this point, we don't know if we can or not. So.
Have you tried PlayStation VR, like with
I don't think we've. No, I don't think we've done any work on PSVR,
okay.
but that's also something that like eventually would be really cool if we could.
I mean, that's got a big player base. So.
Yeah, I know it has many. It'd be awesome. To get,
Not gonna lie, I've got a PSVR and I never use it because it is horrible screen quality.
Yeah, I mean, I've not
It
got
is set
one,
perfectly,
and
it
I
just
don't
goes
plan on
horrible.
getting one, but like.
But I mean, if it's a game with like
Reborn out
PC,
there,
you got it.
sort of thing.
if it's a game with like low
I wish my
poly
in-game
or like
worked.
graphics
If
things
it's
like
low
this,
polygons,
it
it
should
can
be
just handle it. It also lags
Yeah.
quite badly sometimes on a pro PS4.
And sweaty.
right.
It wouldn't be able to handle this, to be honest.
No,
Yeah, but
not as it
Reborn
is right now.
be,
No.
Like Reborn is going to be way better than this. That's the thing.
Hopefully, yeah, that's what we're working on. Like we're making it so that performance is a lot better and stuff like that. That's our main priority.
Did anybody ask him about if they're gonna fix the audio issues yet? I can't hear him. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, you need to reload, don't worry. Reload.
I just did. And I still can't hear him.
Do it again, do it again.
Tell him it's my personal pet peeve, so I hope we do, and that's something we're definitely gonna work on.
He's like that, but I'll tell him when he gets in, if he can't hear you.
Okay.
So Daynab, when you come into the alphabet drunk raids on Saturdays, like which Saturday are you coming to?
Good attempt.
Yeah, I know, I'll try.
Smooth.
Is he talking?
Can we convince you to join in the
he's
Bar
talking
Fight
now,
Brawlers next
kind of.
week?
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, I might
wants
show up
to.
if it's
Oh,
We're
nice.
gonna do that Desert World boss because we just keep getting drammed from these. So.
Yeah,
can
I
always-
can take
Guys,
some
there's
rings.
I'll put a portal. I should have a finger for it.
I got a reagent and a brawn.
Give me a
but-
sec.
So
I'll need to
Daynab,
bring
I
up-
got one
need to bring up
question
my
only.
teleport rune, but
Yeah.
So, have you played WoW?
Oh my god.
That
Yeah.
was your one question.
Yeah, so you know there's duel in there, so you can
All right.
duel
Well,
on
I'll
the
see you
spot.
guys if you want to go.
Yes. Right.
Are you gonna add
come
that?
back. I'm gonna put a portal up if you want to
That'd be
join
fun, right? I
Absolutely.
would
Yeah.
like it, but I don't know if we have the time to do it at this point. But
Yeah.
it's
Speaking
like an
of-
idea that considering for the
Portal?
future.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
speaking of WoW, the
It'd be
raid
fun just
achievement.
to, instead of
I think it'd be
waiting
fun
for a
too.
PvP Yeah.
Is
Yeah, I
there
think it'd be
any
fun.
idea of maybe you guys might be making it easier for people to change classes, like a one button, like, hey, I've got all
Yes,
this
Like
gear,
gear
yes,
sets?
more yes,
server,
please.
yeah,
Like gear set, yeah.
and maybe dropping
Nothing to
the
announce
weight
at
of it.
this point, but I also think it would be a good idea. So maybe in the future if we have time.
Because we're gonna
So do you
have
want
8
to do
classes
the
to
audio
switch
one?
from.
Yeah,
And having-
And
There's only
bigger
45
inventory,
pounds of
like,
inventory.
So,
for
there's only one
6 sets of
class
gear.
you need. It's Bard.
Yeah, no.
Did you see my feedback
being
on the
lied
raid thing? that I
Yeah,
posted on
yeah,
the
the
forum?
thread you posted. Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I mean, the raid is
Yeah,
it's definitely for
some-
like future designs, right? Like
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
somebody ask him the
Yeah,
audio
yeah,
question?
we're
We
definitely
lost
really
4 times
like
and still can't ask
the
him because of the
bonus
audio.
achievements,
He says it's just
extra
Yeah.
challenges,
Okay, cool.
whatever.
yeah, he just wants
Well,
to
just for
fix
the like even in the loot
I can't even
situation,
ask
we're
it because
definitely
the
like
audio's
looking at
bugged.
complaint what everyone has complained about when people
Yeah,
about like
yeah. I'll
rewards
understand
and all
about
that.
that.
So
Yeah, that's great.
yeah, that's something we're looking at for sure. And then the raid design, of course. I mean, that was the first kind of like that big of a group experience. That's our first. So
Yeah,
now
yeah.
we've learned a lot from that. So
He's basically said that
gonna
they
try and make
all their money
the
from
whatever
the
next
way that
whatever
they
is not
design the raids
better.
and how
Yeah,
they're doing
awesome.
that, I think.
What did he say about the ability to change classes?
He said
no,
that that's someone
He
that he
thinks
kind of
that's
wants to do.
awesome,
just
and
so
money
he
is
knows
he
about.
can't promise anything, and it's not something they've done yet. But
So, do you want me to
He likes
put
the
that
idea.
portal and we can all go do a one, or the one boss? If you're,
I mean, I have shared fragments for World Boss 3.
Yeah, if you guys wanna
I mean, I've never
fight a
done
different
World Boss
boss,
3.
I'll come with you.
I've never done World Boss 3. I've barely ever even gone near the Tradu.
Hey, Eris is here. Hey.
Hey, Rick.
How's it
I've
going,
got the
dude?
other Eris.
I've not seen you in a while.
Yeah. I've been away.
I'm too drunk to grab my sparkle gun. There we go.
So does Daynab know if luck is real?
No.
Daynab says, look,
Nobody
I'm not
does.
real.
Hey, I didn't say anything.
It's a
I
trap.
didn't say anything about luck.
He didn't comment on it. I'm just.
You said anything
Or
that
why
was,
the devs have cursed me and
related
Haas
to
with like
the
negative
values
RNG.
or percentages.
Riley, he
was,
says we need to talk to Riley.
Even
Riley
though
wants to
yeah.
ask you questions.
More question for Riley. He's
I mean, me or Haas made the post, so I guess we're just waiting on
Yeah,
Riley's
Haas
response
made
now.
the post, but Haas got angry in Discord earlier and
It got banned.
No,
it's still there.
he was just getting very vocal in the alphabet Discord.
So he
earlier
hasn't.
about
Oh,
it.
in the alphabet, I was gonna say he hasn't joined Logan yet.
Yeah.
His new house.
Yeah, correct.
What do you mean, Logan's new house?
Very worked up very easily.
Logan is now living in the Orbis Discord gulag.
With Leah. She's got a
He is
friend.
still living there now. Dang. He does have company now. 3 people have offered to join him. Oh, but we're still petitioning to get him out.
No, he likes it there.
The Orbis gulag. Yeah, somebody decided to stick him in there, and then he now lives there.
It's how he likes it. He's comfortable.
Yeah. He's got his own mini TV, little sofa. He's pretty
Oh,
happy.
I love it too.
Cold meals every day, apparently.
But he's a level 1 because he broke all his stuff.
What?
Oh no.
So,
Hey.
Hey, I can hear Outlander. Okay, I can't hear Daynab, but I can hear you.
Augusta. How's it going? Yeah.
Touch his bald head.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm good. It's alright.
I need to run it for luck.
I don't think that's the new game that we should be playing. Is touch the dev's head.
Get him!
I think
I've never
Dev
seen him
wanted to
move so
smite out.
much.
The question is, do you need the drum to repair your armor?
Yes, there it is.
Outlander, do you need a personal loan
There you go.
from the Bank of
Oh, there
Wexner?
you go. I'm good.
Stop bald anymore.
The kingdom would happily lend you money.
All right, the new thing is the
Yeah,
earlobes.
so we
The new
have,
thing
like,
is the
two people
earlobes.
now.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Yes, the wonders of VR.
Can't hide those.
Oh yeah. So I guess is everybody done killing? So I guess we.
We were
Learn
just
I think
something,
because
so-
it didn't drop the cape, a lot of people
other world
got
bosses.
bored very
Yeah, a
quickly.
lot of people. Yeah, I see that. I guess I didn't think that would be too big a deal for people. I thought they'd still. So that's definitely something to learn. That maybe
Yeah,
some
the
kind of
main-
incentive, some kind of special item, stuff like that.
The main reason
Yeah,
people
no,
do the
people
world
definitely do
bosses is for the rings and the capes, and
Yeah,
you
I
can
guess
get either,
the-
so it kind of ruined it for some people.
Well, I guess the point of it was supposed to be more like tied into the defend the realm, like there's big and bad. I thought it'd be kind of cool, world boss in a different location.
was a-
It
yeah, it
definitely
was.
gives us. No, yeah, it definitely gives us some more info to go on. There's somebody go. Can somebody come raise this person? They're just stuck out there.
I did.
Somebody come
I
raise
did.
them.
I think they might be AFK at this point.
He's
Yeah,
AFK.
he's probably AFK.
Dom.
Who is it?
No, it's Fort.
Oh, it's Fort.
It's Fort.
Oh yeah, he's
Fucking
AFK.
Fort, dude.
Oh, the
I love
boss
you,
is back
dude.
though.
I love you.
Yeah,
Fort.
I'm back on, so it's spawned in again.
We have some tanks.
Move
'cause if we
away.
don't have tanks,
Yeah,
we're just gonna get
don't-
wiped again.
Yeah, don't go wipe us unless
And
we're
they just
killing
take
us.
extra repairs.
Don't poke
Thank
the
you.
boss unless you want to get poked.
Rub his head.
You're welcome. It's gonna die again in a second.
You can go and poke a boss.
Well, no, so I think we learned. This is good information for future like DevRan world. So is this the
Can't
type of
stand
stuff
a
you guys
bot
want
with
to
no
see?
boss attack.
Like,
Yeah,
do you
for
want
sure.
to see DevRan
Oh, yeah,
events, or
definitely.
just see like
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
things
Just-
in game? Well, I
Oh
guess
yeah, this is cool.
Dan,
The question
Dan,
is, like,
questions and answers. That's
fine.
all we need. We don't need world bosses, just questions and answers. Like,
We just want to see more of you. We love
this
you.
has been more fun than killing the boss.
see, it's funny because I log on about once a week and try getting game for about an hour. But I usually just I
Yeah.
try sticking to the lower levels and try meeting all the new people and the people that have been in the game for 5 minutes and seeing, getting their feedback, getting the stuff they think about it and stuff like that. But I run around high step
Yeah.
about once a week and try. I usually just skirt the outsides. I skirt around where the sunflowers is and I try going to like
right by
I've been
Guild
into
City and see if
you,
I catch you.
Daynab and damage quite a bit. to be
Yeah,
fair.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I do get in game. I usually don't have my death cloak on. I have some alts I get in game too on just to check out the community.
He's
and see
sneaky
how
like
I
that.
know that I've
Nice.
seen
Yeah.
your name
Stealthy.
around, I've just not recognized
Stealthy.
it was
Yeah,
actually a dev. I thought
I
it was
definitely
I thought
think
it was
that
one of the new characters.
having some sort of
So I run around. I try.
drop
I mean, I
would be
try and
good.
get in game. It's just so.
Where's all
I
your
guess as far-
expert mode gear, man?
What's that?
Where's all your expert mode gear? You're like a
I
beginner
don't
right
have any
now.
expert mode gear because I feel like that's probably one of those things that you should earn. So I didn't give myself any. So
Same.
Well,
A recommendation
Should we go join
for
him
next
some?
Dev Run World boss.
yeah.
A scaled boss 3 that actually drops the ring. Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that.
Or
Would
just
it be
general cosmetic stuff would be fine.
I mean, the problem is, it seems like so I guess in this current state of the game, a future DevRAN event, probably World Boss probably wouldn't be the best just because of the lag, obviously. So I was trying to think, like, we could do things, I mean, me and Matthew were talking, like, some other things we could do would be, like, we could all meet, like, at Lakewood Inn or somewhere, everybody meet up and do, like, random dungeon queuing and just have the devs in there doing the random dungeon queuing, but then there's probably less of an interaction there. We thought about doing, like, I know the bar brawlers.
Plus, if there's 100 people,
if
there's 100 people queuing, two parties are gonna see us.
Speaking of devs
we
and
found out
dungeons,
the Kingdom, what was it? We're not the Kingdom said the well event, but we're always happy to help put on events for the community to help with that.
No, yeah,
right.
Yeah.
We thought about trying to team up with a couple of different fellowships and see if we couldn't do like a bar brawler style thing. But like, what would be the best for the community? Because obviously world bosses and at least and
cosmetics.
questions, and so that would be just as good as anything else. That'd be
We
just as good as
love
the world
asking you
boss.
stuff.
You could
and
do
we
like
love your
scavenger
answers.
hunts.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
interesting.
we thought about doing a
Scavenger
scavenger
hunt.
hunt. Would
Oh,
people
that's
be
a
like
good idea,
doing that?
yeah.
Because that was one of the things.
Yeah, like we
had an
like we
idea of
team
that.
up and you send us on tasks and we try to see who gets it done first or like there's different prizes.
So that's what
and
that was one of the things we were thinking about doing was just like say on Friday at we'll push out a server update and do like the start of the scavenger hunt and it ends on Sunday and the first 10 people that complete it get something or what I mean would that be just as interesting as a world boss?
yeah, well, like
Interesting.
instead
Instead,
just
just
the whole
you should
weekend, like maybe
already do
just
groups
like
of
the
players.
like night, like kind of how you're doing now, like starting at 5 o'clock till 10 o'clock.
do
you
it
know,
five,
give you like a window.
5 to 9 or something like that.
Because the community
yeah.
is so small for this game
Start
that
it a
like
little
anything
earlier,
that can
though,
bring us
'cause there's a lot of
together
EU
is
players
No, yeah.
sort of.
The only
Yeah,
thing I
we
hate
want to
about
start
that is
some events earlier for sure.
Yeah, that's why I hate ruining. Like I know that we have a lot of European, German, a lot of different time zones, and that would be my only drawback to that sort of a window. If we did it on the weekend, everybody would be able to catch it.
If you're doing it by the weekend and it's still like only the top 10 people get to actually get whatever gear at the end, then you have the same problem of whatever
No,
you're
I guess
doing.
that's true. I guess we wouldn't.
Yeah,
we
but
wouldn't
why does
do
that
the
have to be
top
top
10. We
10
could just do anything.
Just
Yeah,
everybody.
we could do.
Yeah, I think it should be like anybody that participates.
Yeah, we could definitely do something like that.
Make it something
like a
interesting,
media
something
shower and you run
worthwhile,
around
and then,
farming
and then give us
meteorites.
some sort of cosmetic at the end. I think
So
would be
I
good.
guess
A lot of talk of Halloween, like a lot of people like fun. Skeletons are fun.
There we go.
Will probably be a little too
Costume
soon.
contest.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
Yeah,
Halloween
probably.
themed scavenger hunt.
Yeah, the Halloween will probably be a little too soon for us to whip anything together. I mean, the Defend the Realm's kind of slightly themed. It's not like all out. Like I'd like to do maybe in the future for some of the like we were talking about earlier, some of the Orbis event, some of the Orbis like the lore style holidays that are part of the world and stuff like that.
So it's a festival
yeah.
and things like that.
Yeah, so like maybe I guess never mind. I can't talk about it because it's part of Reborn, but there's a lot of big events coming up in Reborn and stuff. But yeah.
We almost.
You can record. You can back up. You can back up the recording. I didn't say anything.
That's the second
Yeah, so
time
that would be.
or second time today he's nearly sport something.
I should actually.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
So Outlander.
See, good thing
You're
I'm not
having
doing my
like a
alpha
sip of this-
day. If I was doing my drunken raid weekend, I'd probably have you guys would know all about everything.
We gotta give him.
Don't tell them that.
Have a sip of this.
See you next Saturday.
Yeah. Room potion Saturday, everyone. Everybody drink
Hell
up.
yeah.
Well, that's cool though. That's good information for me and Matthew. Because if a scavenger hunt will be just as good as a raid boss, then that would be even better. Because we could do stuff like that where we can set it up over the weekend and maybe do things. And maybe it's even like a scavenger hunt where you have to find Matthew. Something like that. We'll play Matthew in the world somewhere.
That would be great.
That would be
This
pretty
called
funny.
hide and seek.
So,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
has
that's
a
another
seed.
thing.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, an idea for that would be if you stick him somewhere in the world and then he basically just gives you an item in trade if you find him. That could
No,
actually
yeah.
be a
Oh
good
yeah,
idea.
we could do that.
Yeah.
That's true.
We could do
So
something
you
like
get a
that.
unique item.
He has to
yeah.
wear a red striped shirt.
Kind of interesting.
Just how many unique items do you guys have to give away?
They have the completionist cape.
They have
I'm throwing that one out there.
the master.
The problem with the
too.
transmog was I didn't pay close enough attention when they were doing the transmog where it released a lot of the icons and a lot of the internal names that weren't even in game. So that the completion tape was never even in game. It just.
What about the master?
Are you going
It
to
was
take
just
the
one of those original
completion
things.
tape out of the transmog wardrobe?
Yeah, the
Even if it's
the
not in the
transmog will
game?
get all cleaned up. Yeah. It'll
Okay,
get all
cool.
cleaned
Yeah.
up.
The Master
Master
Hunter is
Hunter
coming,
actually
right,
in-game?
brother? You said.
Yeah,
that's
the Master
Monday.
Hunter is coming. It's coming Monday. Yeah. I got one quest flag wrong on the internal side of things. So it wasn't coming out Friday.
How far through do you need to be on the master or the hunt to actually get to it? Do you just have to be
All
at
the
where
way.
You get the
you have to go into the
Steam
wild
achievement.
You have to be-
or
as-
try
as
to
long
complete
as-
the
yeah.
40 odd 100?
To have it all the way completed.
Have what
So
other
the Steam
completed?
achievement.
Because I just cannot
The
get a group
Master
to do the
Hunter from Hunter
wilds.
Dern.
So I've got it all the way
it's from that,
completed, but
okay.
it's not. It didn't get
So-
completed.
No, yeah.
Put
It won't
me up
give it Monday.
tomorrow or something.
Monday,
I can
okay.
help with that.
Monday, yeah.
Cool.
Monday I'll give it to you.
I think
And
no one knows
that
that
was
one,
one-
I just can't
that was
get
one of
Is
those
there any
things that.
chance
It's such a pain.
Yeah.
that you
it's
guys
easy.
can add
We'll
just
set you
like a
up.
cape?
Oh,
And I
nice.
say that just because there's so many
Just looking
transmog
out that
things,
for
but
us
if you
more.
get a cape that you want to
So
keep,
I've been enjoying
you
the random
can't
Florida man
destroy it
posts
to
that you get on the
transmog.
WTF part.
but it would be nice to have just like a blank canvas cape that we can just keep.
Just do a world boss and then keep that one. And then transmog it.
That makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Oh, there you go.
So
Oh, there you
I
go.
got a
Okay,
Guild
question
capes could be an
about.
interesting
full of
idea
good
as well,
answers
to be
here.
honest.
Yeah, go ahead.
So about
Fellowship
the
six?
fellowship.
Yeah.
Can we get emblems? Is that possible? Because we.
Hell yeah.
It's,
I know. Yeah, I know that's been brought up a few times, like custom emblems or emblems on capes and stuff like that.
We have
Yeah.
alphabet t-shirts.
Yeah, I did. I saw your guys' alphabet meetup, and I was
Yeah,
Discord
okay.
stalking. I saw it. Yeah. But no,
That
I
was
mean,
good
we've
fun.
talked about internally. We
Yeah.
can't devote that much art resources to it right now.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually maybe that's a cash shop thing. Like you pay X amount and you get capes for anyone in your fellowship with whatever
Yeah.
design you want.
Oh, hell
It might be an
Something
idea
like
to
that.
get a
Or
community
maybe-
moderator
yeah, we
for
pay
that
for
sort
that.
of thing.
Something
Sort
like
of
that.
get one to approve
Yeah.
just
What's that?
individual capes that go through. A community
Yeah.
moderator for sort of
Yeah, I mean,
approving
Matt-
capes might be an interesting idea.
Matthew loves working, guys. I don't know if you know Matthew, but he loves to work. So it's,
I mean, that shouldn't be
But
an
that's
issue.
definitely-
Just look.
They could
that's
always
that's
do the
definitely
kind
not
of
a promise,
tabard
though.
system
I'm not
that
saying
they
that's a
do
promise,
in,
but we
uh,
have
no.
talked about it internally. Yeah.
So
Did
there's
you
like
guys ever
tabard
figure out a way
systems
to
in, like,
change
World of
the
Warcraft
firework
and
color?
stuff.
Oh
I mean,
yeah, that
we
was
do have
one
a
of
way
the
to change the
talents at
firework
one
color,
point,
but
wasn't it?
like in game right now.
Yeah, that would be awesome if you could make an item that did it.
Oh yeah, I
Like
mean
the
we have that
Jester
one.
know if that's
Ball, like
possible.
Yeah, like the
where's my
Japer
ball
Jester,
gone?
the light
There
orb.
we go.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I need my one.
I know that's a
Yeah.
lot of work, but it would be
No,
awesome.
yeah.
And it's
No, I mean
Oh no, I can't
Customization-
draw with my
like,
one. What's going on?
customization is definitely something that we're looking a lot more towards in Reborn. Like even just player avatars, but even more than that is just try and give players the options to be the people they want to be in game and role play or not role play or whatever.
Black hair.
Black hair, yeah. Black hair.
Beards, beards are a thing. We need beards.
Actually, me and our lead artist Elijah had a long discussion on that actually. So you should be known. I read everything on the forum. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
he actually made some that are I don't know if they would I don't know if they would qualify, but they're definitely more in that direction. So and that's what hopefully right now I think we have we have around 8 hairstyles in game for Reborn right now, just for the testing and stuff. But hope we're gonna have around like 12 or 16, hopefully by the time we launch. If not, maybe we'll come out with some more. I mean, that could be, the nice thing about the way we're doing it now is that if we have a barbershop in game and stuff, that I mean, those could be the cosmetic drops. Maybe you finish a quest and instead of getting XP, because there's a lot more things we're thinking about going into Reborn. I can't go into everything right now, but there's a lot more things we're thinking about. Yeah.
I need my dress up time.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's with transmog.
As long as I have a beard, I'm okay.
Yeah,
we all know a mirror. Can we get a mirror in our house?
Yeah, we're gonna get stripper poles.
I'm not
boring stuff.
I'm not. I don't want
mirror
any
in my
spoilers.
house, so I
want
can
any spoilers,
see how I
but
look
how
before I
much
leave.
of the Reborn are you gonna drop on the
I just
beta?
use the transmog cupboard.
On the beta,
nice
like,
level.
on
Transmog
November
cupboard?
9th.
Where?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Next
there
to
is
the
a
door.
transmog
You
cupboard.
can just
You're
open
right.
that and you get an overview stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
Tuesday,
Can you like see your ocean and stuff?
bad.
That's on your
main
list?
or like the
I
lore?
don't know if you can see your potions.
No,
but
just
see your entire armor
just
set.
all the content.
I wanna see
so
the
it's
potions.
just like
You can read the.
You also have the
You can read the
I think he's,
schedule
I
and the
think he's
log, and it
asking
has the
what
details about
percentage
what's
of
going to be in
Reborn
the
is going to be on
session.
the
So you
first
have
beta.
It shows you
like the different
which
details.
ones.
So just
Like,
check the blog
like
and you'll see all the
15%.
everything you'll be able to play with.
15?
I know
Okay.
what I'm wearing, but like the actual.
Is the-
the new
Awesome.
overworld gonna
That's
be
a good
bigger than
number.
this
I
one,
like
or is it gonna be
that.
about
I wanna
the
see
same
the
No,
actual
size?
graphic.
it's actually
how it
smaller.
Oh, it's smaller.
Oh.
We're actually going smaller.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
Well,
actually
that's
going
kinda
smaller.
good, 'cause right now the travel time in between
we're actually
places
going a little bit
is-
smaller. Yeah, travel
That's
time, and plus,
interesting.
one thing we've kind of learned is that people spread out at the higher levels. So you go into like the Frosted North or the Frosted Spit over there and stuff like that, and you run into one other person. So I mean, there's a couple of zones. We have a couple too many zones in this game, to where it just spreads the community out too much. We can still get the same amount of content in less zones and make it feel more full at all times. So that way, if you're logging on at 2 a.m. Central Time, and there's only 80 people online, at least it still feels full to you instead of like
And just in
one or
terms
two zones by
of
yourself.
exploration,
So that's-
like making the zones more filled with stuff and interesting instead of some really empty
Do you think
zones.
Thomas.
will we ever get a dungeon there?
Yeah. No.
That'd be actually pretty cool.
Because I do really want
I
a
can
Frosted
100%
Spit dungeon or
say
wilds
that.
for that.
I can 100% say there would not be a Frosted Spit dungeon.
Is that because the
That's
Frosted
actually
Spit's going
disappointing, 'cause
away?
That is honestly one of my favourite areas in
Yeah,
this game.
Frosted Spit's gonna die
It just
in
looks so
Reborn.
nice.
It's gonna be
Yeah, well, that's
20
good.
years later. It's gonna melt, and there's gonna be
a
no more
lot of things that
Frosted.
happen in
It's just
Reborn.
gonna be
You gotta
spit.
remember, there's
It's only a gap between the two games.
That doesn't mean there won't be like a snow zone or something like that. There could be different
As we talk
environments.
about Reborn, everyone moves slowly towards it.
Yeah.
We
keep
can
moving
eventually
forward.
back into Elongata.
You guys just pushing me that way.
I'm moving to peace for like the last 10 minutes, and I'm just sat
So I
here
guess-
listening instead.
So I guess a real quick recap on what I've heard from the community, or at least the people here. So like a dev ran scavenger hunt would be fun, and something that gives out like a cape or something specific to that, almost like the Gold Rush cape that you can only get if you did this
so
event,
nice.
would be fun. Okay.
Yeah,
Alright, cool.
exclusive
That's
items.
definitely that's good
It
information.
doesn't have to just be capes. Like if you
Yeah,
guys want
yeah.
to give us other things like
Hats,
Oh,
those
yeah.
cells.
Yeah.
We like those
Yes.
cells.
So,
Hold
hold
on.
on a second. So the
I'll have some more
problem
capes.
with doing that is any gear we put in this game, it doesn't work with the new style. It doesn't work with the avatars. It doesn't work with anything. So essentially, anything new we would build right now would have to be rebuilt again for Reborn.
It'd be more of you add them in in Reborn and stuff like that would be quite an interesting thing. So we basically
Yeah, I mean, we
have
could.
that sort of events during
I mean, you
Reborn.
could earn it now and not get to Reborn, but I don't know how people would feel about that. Like, I don't know how the community would feel about earning something you don't get right away.
Well,
Basically,
I mean, that's what we're doing right now. We're going to spend around,
you
isn't it?
still like cash them in.
I mean, it could have a
and then you
placeholder
cash them in when it
icon
comes to it.
until Reborn.
I guess that's true. Yeah, we'll have to think about it. That might be something we can talk about. Matthew can kind of put some feelers out and find out more about. But yeah, that's definitely. I mean, we can definitely do a lot more cosmetics for Reborn, and that's an option. But we definitely we want to try to limit the amount of artwork we have to remake for the current game, because it's essentially doubling our work. Anything we make for the current game, and we have some. Go ahead.
You could do sort of like event tickets, sort of, or for the events, then you cash them in and reborn, so like a little, or it doesn't even have to really be anything detailed, just a little scrap of paper looking thing with a scribble on it, and just have the name of the event and the thing for it.
So almost like
just
a token, just give out tokens and let them carry over. Yeah, that's, I mean, that's definitely.
Event tokens are the bomb.
Cash them in on an event person.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting idea.
What about
definitely be an option.
If you're doing that, why not have like an event purchasing, I don't know, store, and then you can get the one like the Gold Rush cape that no one who would join later can get.
I don't know if we want to do that, because then it kind of takes away some of the coolness of it. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because the idea with an event ticket is you'd be able to just use a generic picture for all of them, and it wouldn't really put much development into the design of it.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea that each event has its own specific reward. That way, like, if I'm walking around, like, let's say the Gold Cape, everyone knows I was at the Gold. With the event ticket, I guess you're saying do a specific event ticket for each one. Like, this is the event ticket for the scavenger hunt.
It basically just show that it has the name of the event or for the actual item, but the item is just a generic picture that all of them share. Because that way it wouldn't take any development time for the picture.
That's true.
You would actually get to put stuff in for a reborn for the events as a reward for that.
So I guess what's everyone's favorite slot for? And I'm not saying I'm doing this, but like, is Helms, I guess, the best transmog slot everyone likes, or what's the best transmog?
Wrist slot. We totally need the wrist slot.
Yeah, I know. But wrist slots are not coming in this game right now. They might be in
Reborn,
but they're not going to be in the current game.
Probably helmets or shoulders.
Helmets or shoulders.
No, helmets or shoulders.
Or weapons, anything.
But that's
weapons are a little bit harder than helmets or capes.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I'll throw it out there.
Yeah.
Look at this tool. It's a giant purple ball.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, ripple effects for weapons.
I mean, that takes a lot more development time than, I guess, because you're talking programming and writing code for that versus, a cape that swaps out or armor that we already have swap out.
Yeah. Are you guys still developing it in Unity, or did you move to a different engine?
No, we're still in Unity.
In 2 years newer Unity or something, right?
Yeah. We were kind of lagging behind just specifically for the game. That way, because we tried upgrading a while back and we ran into a lot of bugs and problems with Unity, so we reverted back, and that's where we stayed. But now with Reborn, hopefully a lot of the problems that we're getting with a lot of our Unity bugs, essentially, that we're gonna get hopefully quashed or smashed once we get into the Reborn, into the newer version. So,
the friends list, like, when's that update happening? Is that before Reborn or after Reborn? Like, at Reborn, whatever.
Now, what's that?
The friends list, so it's like on par with the fellowship list, where you got the people online at the top, because at the minute, my list is really long, and I've got people...
It'll be Reborn.
Damn it!
Yeah, it'll be Reborn. Yeah, it'll be Reborn.
Okay.
It's not too long away, that game.
Essentially, I mean, it's not too long away, and we're going to start beta testing, and we shifted all of our programmers there to just get as much as we can out. I mean, not that we've forgotten the base game, not that we want people not to play the base game, but...
Fellowship permissions coming at Reborn as well now? Or is that still happening before?
I'd say probably. I don't know. That's a Riley question, to be 100% honest, but I think it is.
I mean, if it's going to make Reborn better doing that at Reborn rather than before, then go for it.
That's kind of thing. I mean, we're hiring another programmer so we can get even more... We're hiring another programmer so we can get even more dev time going and everything like that, so...
Yeah.
Definitely.
Do you guys keep expanding the team after Reborn launches?
I guess it just depends how it goes and what we're looking future. I mean, there's lots of different platforms out there. There's lots of different things we'd like to do. There's Oculus Quest is out there. I mean, we honestly don't know which. I mean, I guess. So there are a lot of different hardware platforms out there that are cool and are new, and that we want to go as far as we can, because the bigger our community is, the better our community is. Maybe, but you know, our community is so great now and small, but I think our community could be just as great as it is now, even larger. So the more people we can get in game, you know, especially with the different time zones, that would help that out so much. You know, I hate waking up and going to work at 7 a.m. and seeing only, you know, 20 or 30 people on or however many people on right then. Because, you know, whenever there's 100 people around, it makes the game that much better because you can run into just the random person. You can have the conversations and stuff like that. Yeah. So hopefully getting on some of the other. So hopefully. So I guess to answer are we going to keep expanding? It just depends how Reborn goes.
I meant your development team.
Obviously, we want
more than like your.
No,
like,
yeah. Well, I guess my point will be it just depends what we're looking to do right after we launch into Reborn. I mean, right now we're going to have 3 programmers full time. We have 3 full-time 3D artists. We have a part-time 2D artist, a part-time writer, a part-time sound, and me. So we have I mean, as far as VR games go, we probably have one of the larger, or one, I guess, a mid-tier, I guess, staff as far as size and everything like that. So we can definitely do everything we want to do with this size of a staff. But I mean, if it goes great, then of course, yeah, we want to keep building, we want to keep making Orbis better, and keep expanding and everything like that. So, I mean, the more copies we sell, the more we can do. So we'll just have to see how Orbis, you know, Reborn launch goes. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully one day, then yeah, we can have a huge team and have some really awesome things in game, even better than we have now, and just keep just making it great and keep trying to push those boundaries. You know, keep trying to make this the game to play. So, yeah.
Cool.
But we do have some programmer slot right now. If anybody's a programmer out there.
Nope, but I wish I was.
I work for the government. Sorry, I was
willing to teach.
I was taking a drink.
If you got like a 24-hour course, I can just like learn in one day and then quit my job.
Oh,
and then
programming? Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not a programmer either. I stay on
the whole.
I stay on the art side of things, but
I'd quite happily work from home and quit my job if I could lunch program. Like,
the remote working's pretty nice, and I mean the cool thing is we have people that work from all over the country, all over the world, really. We have people that are, you know, like a writer
so you
from
could work
New Zealand.
from home?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good.
Rick, just might move to the left a bit. Thank you.
No?
Yeah,
I might have to sign up for
just
this.
went through the middle of this, so I thought may as well.
We're 100% remote right now. Our whole team's remote. The only ones, I mean, everybody met in person there at Oculus Connect when they released the Quest.
Because I only saw
almost all the full-time people.
Okay.
Oh, did you get to play Dead and Buried?
I didn't. Riley got to do it. I didn't get a chance to do it because we had a dev meet and greet where we showed off Reborn and got people to play it and stuff. So I kind of hung out there most of the time. Me and Matthew and Nate, Elijah, Kyle. I know Riley got to play on the Quest.
Well, it's a very small slice that people get to try out.
It was mainly,
they got to try out
developers. Yeah,
they got to try out like one course of the Dragon Racing at the time, but now we've changed some stuff already since, and that's about what they get to try. And like one zone, to explore a little bit.
It was more like a 10.
So don't worry, you didn't miss out on like anything huge or anything.
People show up to the booth?
No. Actually, we did have quite a few developers that played Orbis.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
In fact, it's just only one of 2 MMOs that are even for VR. It's a better one as well.
I mean, that was really the cool thing was meeting up.
The other one's Broken Seal, and that was some weird Chinese thing, I think it was, which isn't too bad, but it's not nearly as good as this.
The cool thing about Oculus Connect was getting me all the other developers, and then, you know, like there's a lot of games I've played of theirs, you know, and then meeting people that play our game was pretty cool, you know, like, oh, hey, I've been playing for, 40 hours, I had to take a break and stuff, and it's like, man, you're working on your own game and you're playing our game, that's amazing. Like, just the VR community as a whole is just so cool that, I don't think you'd see that on like 2D games. I don't think you would see that kind of community behind it.
Yeah.
Oh, so did you find any good beta games that, other than this one, that are people might not know about?
I didn't really have a good chance to walk around, honestly. I really just stuck. I went a couple of the talks, and then I really just to our booth, just sure we had some people there every time and stuff like that. So I didn't really get to explore too much. I mean, the Den Buried, like they talked about, Riley said was really cool how you got to do it in room scale and move around. I think it was a 4,000 square foot like arena there.
Wow.
There's we met a couple devs. I don't know if you've seen Reaper Man and Carly, I think is the name of it. It's like it's like I don't know, I guess it's like a level-based game, like a level-based puzzle game that you play, but we met their devs and their game, the art style and everything looked really good. It looked really fun. I didn't really have too much of a chance to play it, but
a few people from the team that did like the Blue, that well game, and some other. They had a team there.
Blue.
Cool.
You what, mate?
And like some sprint vector people.
Yeah.
You didn't last long in the slightest.
Yeah, no, but the Carly Man and Reaper was cool. Yeah, it was really cool. And they were super.
Outlander, watch behind you. Watch behind you. You're gonna die.
Yeah, you're gonna be blue.
Slowly, slow death.
Thank you. Took it to the face.
Okay, so it's perfectly fine. Level 15 took it.
But yeah, so I didn't. I had more time to get. I mean, I got to meet a lot of people. Like, we saw Cass and Sherry. We saw a bunch of YouTubers there. We saw Cass and Sherry, the YouTubers that were there. We saw Zim Talk. He was there. We got to talk to him for a little while. So that was cool getting to meet
that guy's
a lot of the VR YouTubers in person was really cool, and getting to talk to them and stuff. So that was. I mean, that was really
we
neat
met up with,
to really be able to put a face to people.
If anyone remembers the interview we did on like Alt VR a long time ago, we met up with the host that interviewed us back then.
Oh yeah. They posted a picture.
Pink person.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vivian. Yeah.
No, that's not a show lol.
Yeah, Vivian. I'm not sure if it was Vivian or one of her friends. They posted the picture of you guys on our Discord. The Alphabet one.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, it was really neat. It was a neat experience. That was my first convention I've ever gone to. So it was cool. It was cool to meet everybody.
So you have another convention coming up soonish?
Oh, is there?
We might be going to one of the passes, but we're not sure yet.
Oh, okay.
We're not 100% sure yet. We'll just have to see how the year plays out.
Yeah.
We got a lot to do and some time to do it, but
yeah.
So, did someone say they want to do World Boss 3? Or they have
they already
World
went.
Boss 3?
They left like a long time ago.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, okay. Well, I had all the fragments for it, but that's fine.
No, it's World Boss 2 someone said they're going to do.
Was it 2 or 3?
Someone said they're going up into the desert to do 2, and we were all saying about possibly doing 3. And getting the devs to come along with it for fun.
I mean, yeah, I definitely love the opportunity to get that ring since I didn't get that shit last time.
I've never done the World Boss 3, so it'd be a nice sort of experience to find out how to do it.
I've never done it.
It's quite interesting to do the first run with
3 is the biggest pain. Lots of poison.
I'll go with to go. I'll go hang out World Boss 3 for
Alright.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm down. I'm down.
Okay, I'm down.
I think everybody should probably cookie home first.
I'll go, yeah.
Go get
I need to get my fragments if we're doing it.
Why? Where we could
I got all 4 fragments.
Everybody needs to go get their.
Alright, I'll grab some fragments too, Ricky.
I got like 4. I got 4 fragments
do you need?
Or 4 or 5.
We all need fragments.
I got like
No, you're good, man.
7 crypt and some other stuff.
I think you just need to spawn the boss. Once the boss is spawned, you're good.
If you have any
I
other
think Taurus is when I'm shortest on run.
It's all level 20. I'm sure we can.
report home.
Hey, whoever's
Meet you
coming
guys
that's
there.
lower than level 20, make sure we protect them. Let's make sure we don't hang out the door.
Yes, protect me, please.
I've just thought of something. In Reborn, can we have a repair vendor near World Bosses? Because right now, if you die at World Boss 3, you need to repair. The closest one is Guild City or the Hot Springs.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And it's quite a run back now that we
No,
have
yeah,
to
that's no
repair
fun.
The
everything
devs are
and
in
everything.
Tradu doing that shit.
That's
So
true.
everybody.
I will keep that in mind.
Do you need anything, or you're just there to be there?
everybody under level 20, there's a very high chance you're gonna insta-die on World Boss 3. He has
see you guys over
like random poison pools and a random AoE that targets everybody.
But we'll do our best to keep you alive.
Yeah, we'll do our best, but just make sure you
Yo, ready.
Do you need